hub, please.
Doesn't seem to be here, Stephen.
Is that it?
That's Stephen. That's Winker is Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen, Belfast Media Hub's not there.
Yeah, they're not in here.
Definitely not in there, Stephen.
I'm just trying to get them to record. We're recording it anyway, so we can send it on.
Well, Stephen,
they're joining now.
In that case, I'm going to
They're joining now, Nigel.
Right, okay. Andy, that's them now. Broadcasters to start with, guys, and then if you remove yourselves after that, please. No, that's this one, the host broadcaster. So.
That's us recording now. Thanks very much.
That's you, Stephen. Okay, so we're going to go.
Thank you very much indeed.
So, Stephen, you crack on. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Your screen's gone green, but we'll crack on anyway.
Green, white, or mate. It's an effect. What the hell is that?
We'll just go with the flow. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Ian, I'll start with you. First of all, why have you decided to make Stuart the captain for these matches?
I can't remember which game it was, but I previously made him captain for one of the other games. He's proven to be a leader amongst the group. He leads by example, and it's for me it was a natural choice, and he's the right person.
Stuart, how important was it for you to go to the squad to play in these two games? It would have been easy not to turn up after the season that you've had.
Yeah, it probably would have been easy, but that's not what I'm about. It's not what we're about as a group, and I think it's important that as a senior player you set an example to the younger players coming into the squad, and we want to try and have the right culture here, and that means turning up to these trips. We're in a privileged position and fortunate to represent our country. So for me, it's a privilege and an honour to be here. And first, I obviously enjoy coming and meeting up with the boys. It's been a while since we all met up, and it's been nice to see everybody again.
Can you reflect just on the season that you've had at club level? A tremendous finish to the year, obviously picking up 3 awards.
Yeah, it was a good season for me. I think for the club as well, it was brilliant. First season back in the Premier League. Obviously the individual awards that come along with that it was nice. Albeit I'm not sure about the goal of the season one. I think it was more just a moment of the season. But I've had a great season, and I've been fit, and that's been the main thing. And that's why I wanted to come here to try and continue on. The season that has just gone past, and for me, as I say, on a personal note, I was delighted to pick up the awards.
And Ian, I'd imagine these games are a great opportunity for you to cast your eye over some of the younger players in the squad as well.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those rare opportunities, really, where you can play a friendly game. You can maybe play 1 or 2 players out of position where you think they may be able to have an impact again in certain games, and we'll do that. But you know, these are two important games. I think I said to you the other day that we want to come out of these with two positive results. And, you know, I think we've got a squad that's capable of doing that. And you know, starting with the Malta game where, you know, it's something we've prepared for properly. We've prepared for, you know, with an intensity. And the guys have worked really hard to do that, and they're committed to it. So it's certainly not been an end of season tour where everyone's enjoying themselves, and well, there's not too much sunshine anyway. But you know, there's been a bit of downtime, and there's been a good mix of that. And you know, we've integrated some young players, and that's where again Stuart and Craig Cathcart and Josh McGuinness and Niall McGinn, the senior members within the group, play their part to make sure that the young lads are brought in and they understand what it's all about.
Performances are one thing, Stuart, but it would be nice for the team to try and produce a couple of wins, because wins really do start to breed confidence in a squad.
Of course, I think no matter what level you play at, you've got to win games, and you know, we haven't been able to do that recently. But you know, we feel that we're not far away. You know, we've had some decent performances, and obviously we've just been unlucky to miss out on going to another major tournament. So of course we're here to win games. You know, we're sacrificing a lot to be here this summer, and you know, during the current situation that we're in. So you know, we're coming out here to win the two games, and you know, hopefully that'll start with Malta on Sunday.
Just one final question from me, if I have time, to Stuart, just about your club season. I mean, a great finish for the club this year, 9th in the Premier League. How will you and the club now approach the second season in the Premier League?
Well, I'll just approach it as if I've approached any other season. You know, play here, get a rest after, albeit a short one, but go back and hopefully have a good pre-season. Obviously, the club now need to progress. You know, next season's going to be harder because of how we've done this season. You know, the expectations are going to rise, and we've got to embrace that as individuals, as a team, and as a club. You know, obviously you seen what Sheffield United done in the first season coming in, and then obviously this season they've struggled. So it's important that we continue to progress, and you know, we have the right people around the club to do that. And you know, it's exciting times to be part of Leeds. And so yeah, look, I'll just prepare the way I do any other season, and hopefully hit the ground running in pre-season.
Thank you very much to you both. Sorry, my nickname's on the screen there and not my proper name. Must be in on my personal account. And yes, it says Winker, Ian, just in case you can't read that small letters there. Thanks very much indeed. I'll leave the call now and leave everybody else to it. Thank you.
Cheers.
Right, guys, I have some more broadcast questions, please. All right, that's just
I'll stay then.
The written press, their benefit. First of all, Ian, please, how beneficial was it getting group together this week and having time on training pitch?
Any time you spend with the players is you've got to make the most of. You know, we get them a maximum of 5 times during the year, and generally you've got them for 10 days maximum, of which training days you could be looking at probably 4 or 5. Rest, recovery, that plays a part. Travel, so you've got to make the most of the time on the training pitch with them. And again, I say when you're integrating new players, and to be able to sort of put down certain markers for them and allow them to go and flourish as well, you know, it's massively important. But you look at this period, you look at this summer period, and say it was a big ask for the players to make the sacrifices they've had to come on this trip and be a part of it. And you know, they've attacked the training sessions with a great attitude and committed to them. We're ready.
How have Sam McClelland and Conor Bradley settled in?
Well, for 2 young boys that probably expected to go with the 19s or the 21s, I think they've acquitted themselves really well. You know, I think there's a shyness about them around the place, but you know, as the senior boys that we've got, they bring them into the group, and you know, it's great actually to stand from afar and watch them, how they've progressed from day 1 to where they are now on day 5 or 6. And you know, I think they've not been found wanting on the training pitch for sure. They're learning about the trade, they're learning about themselves, and obviously learning about the group and what we want to do. So you know, you've got to show some patience, and but I'm really pleased with how they've done it.
You have chosen Stuart as captain. How much does the squad look up to him, given the season he has just had?
Well, I think we've just answered that anyways. You know, from where he's come from, playing as a young lad for the Crusaders. Forget the amateur team before that. Sorry, but it's you know, and then be able to then go into football in England, and every step that he's made, he's had to make that transition quickly. He's done that, got right to the top of the Premier League, had a fantastic season. And if you can't respect somebody that's done that, then you know you've perhaps got something wrong with you, because it's for young players to see those progressions, those steps, and how he's committed to the game and to his own self progression has been fantastic. And so to have him as captain, to have him here first and foremost is you know, for me, great as a manager, and but for the boys to have someone like him leading us out, you know, it gives everybody confidence. Am I embarrassing you?
No.
Stuart, some questions for you, please. So, you're one of only 16 players to feature in all 38 Premier League games, and now 2 friendlies. What's your secret in coping with the intensity?
I don't really know. I think it's obviously looking after yourself away from football. At Leeds, we have, you know, they give us the best facilities, anything we need to ensure that we're in the best possible condition, you know, to play a game. After what you do away from the club, then you've got to take that upon yourself and look after yourself. But I don't know, the intensity, because we've only had 38 games this year, you know, I'm used to playing the past 5 or 6 years in the championship and having a lot more games. So I've had a lot more time to recover in between games, just looking after myself as best I can. As I say, we've got the best at the club, and obviously when we come away here, we're looked after as well. And you know your own body, you know, through experience, you know what you need to do and what you don't need to do, and so yeah, that's been important too.
So you cleaned up in terms of awards at Leeds. Can you put into words the season you've had?
It's been a great season for me. Of course it has. You know, firstly as a team to achieve. I think at the start of the season, you know, people were thinking that we would burn out at Christmas and we'd fall away. We haven't done that, and we've narrowly just missed out, you know, on Europe, possibly a couple of results, you know, to go our way throughout the season. We could have been knocking on that door. A huge success to finish in the top 10, which was, you know, at the start of the season. Again, a lot of people wouldn't have expected us to do. So it's been a great season, and individually, obviously winning the awards, you know, to win Player of the Year is always special, because they're the ones, your teammates are the ones that see you day in, day out, and see the hard work you put in. But again, nothing's possible without them. We have an unbelievable group, you know, at club level as well as here, but at club level we've a really good togetherness, and so that's nice from that side of things. And then yeah, to have the support of the fans. You know, I'm at a club where fans have taken really well to me, and vice versa, and you know, to have their support and for them to see me as a player of the year is obviously, it's, you know, it's an unbelievable feeling for me, and you know, I'm honoured and privileged to, you know, to win them awards.
So finally, back to Northern Ireland. So you're going to captain the team tomorrow, the second time. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. I think for me to represent the country is special. As I said before, we're in a privileged position to be able to represent Northern Ireland, and for me, be given the opportunity, obviously, by the manager, you know, is huge. You know, it's a proud moment for me, for my family, and yeah, it's not something I really reflect on now. Possibly in years to come, you know, I might do, but as I say, I'm very fortunate that I'm still able to play at this level, and you know, there's many more to come.
Right, written press, that's the broadcast questions over, so please fire on.
Can I ask a couple for live, please, Nigel?
Oh, you want? Sorry, Ian, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
A couple, please.
Just very quickly, Ian, when we spoke to you the other day, you said you had 21 players in the building, a few still to maybe make it. Obviously, Dan Ballard won't be there yet, but has there been any change in terms of who's around?
Yeah, we've added George Saville, so we've managed to get him in safe and sound. So he'll he joins the group for tomorrow, and everyone trained this morning out of the 22 players, so it'll be 22 going to the game for Malta.
So that's still sort of Shane Lavery and Kyle Lafferty not joined up. Are you still hopeful that they can come into the group?
No, I spoke to Shane yesterday and this morning as well. We decided that Shane won't travel. Kyle will join up with the group tomorrow.
Okay. Are there any other fitness or injury issues at the moment?
No, none whatsoever. No, again, we've tried to taper the training to make sure that everyone gets through each session. It's important that we made sure the training was right, knowing that, you know, certain players have not trained for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. You know, Boyce even, you know, hadn't played since the end of April. So, you know, we've managed to make sure that we've got everyone through, which was the main aim.
And with Shane not travelling, can you tell us why you come to that decision? Is that a fitness thing, or is that as he sorts out his potential sort of club future?
No, it's difficult because you want everybody with you as much as possible. But I spoke to Shane about you know, with Linfield, the success he's had. He's coming to the end of his second year and probably going to leave the club. It's not too often that you get to lift a trophy. It's not too often that you do the things that he's done. Won both awards, Young Player of the Year and Player of the Year in Northern Ireland. For me to bring him here and take him out of that environment for him as a young player, I think he's got to go and enjoy that. You know, we've got strikers here, but for him and to be with his teammates, to be with his club, to go and finish the season properly, I think is the right thing to do. And that was something that I decided in the end, thinking about it this week. And I think he was quite happy with that in the end.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, folks, fire away, please.
Hi, Stuart. All right, it's Paul here.